Hey guys, now we're gonna answer question number 3, and question number 3 actually starts with an equation called the gradient equation, and gradient is just a change in field value divided by distance, meaning whatever value your lines or isolines are showing on your map, you're gonna find the change or difference between those values. That means subtracting the higher value minus the lower value and divided by the distance between those values. And it tells you that the change in field value for our purposes, since we're looking at contour lines which show elevation, is higher elevation minus the lower elevation. So basically we're seeing the change in elevation, difference in elevation over a certain distance. That is your gradient, and that tells you the slope or how steep or flat an area is. So it's number 3 says calculate the gradient between A, B, show work and include units in your answer. Well, if I look at the map, first I need the change in field value, which is higher elevation minus lower elevation. So let's write down the elevations for points A and point B. So elevation for point A, if I look at my map, to figure out elevations properly, I should look at my contour interval first. That's 10 feet, meaning each line is changing by 10 feet as I'm moving between lines. So if A looks like it's 300, let's write that down. A is 300, always write units, feet. FT stands for feet. And B, let's see, it's somewhere over here. I know my contour interval is 10 feet. So if this line represents 350 and it's going towards 400, meaning my elevation is slowly increasing, then this line must represent 360. It should go up by 10, which means B should be 370 feet. So B is 370 feet. These are my elevations. And finally, I need the distance. Remember, we calculated the distance before using our scrap paper. I can write down the previous distance between A to B. So AB distance is 0.1 miles. You can write miles as MI for short. So now I'm gonna plug in my equation, plug my numbers into my equation. The change in field value is just higher elevation minus the lower elevation. So that should be 370 minus 300. 370 feet minus 300 feet. And I'm gonna divide that by the distance. And my distance is 0.1 miles. If you do the calculation, your answer should be 700, and your unit should be whatever unit is on the top / whatever unit is on the bottom. So in this case, my units are feet per miles, meaning the elevation between A and B is changing by 700 feet, but with every mile of distance. So I'm going to write my final answer down, 700 feet per mile. And that's it.